Ciao, and welcome to my video on the top 3 films of 2021. A caveat to that should be that I only started reviewing films that were coming out at the cinema from October, so all 3 of the films that I discuss in this video have come out in that time span. I won't go into detail in the 3 films with regard to the 3 films, as I've already reviewed them, and I'll leave the link to those reviews in the description box if you want to check those out. So in third place, I should also say as well, one, if I was fancy, there'd be a little poster that would pop up there while I discuss them, but I don't know how to do that, so alas, it would just be me talking. And secondly, finally, of course this is just my opinion, and everyone will make their own opinion with regards to art they consume. But alas, this is my opinion, and these are the 3 best films I've seen since going to the cinema. So in third place would be House of Gucci, mostly because the performances in it are outstanding. Lady Gaga and Adam Driver are fantastic. And as one would imagine, the film is gorgeous, visually stunning, stylish, from the cast to the opulent, decadent, grand mise-en-scène of this Italian family. And the film inspired me to buy a pair of Versace shoes, some real smart little pieces, but I know Versace isn't the same as Gucci, but I couldn't get hold of any Gucci shoes, so Versace sufficed, and I've got a few other little moody Versace bits. So really good film, and mio padre è italiano e siciliano, so I've got an affinity for anything Italian, and I really enjoyed it. Number 2 would be Dune. Annoyingly, this is the only film I've seen since doing these reviews that I didn't actually upload a review for, and it could be number 1, to be honest. Only just misses out, but really fantastic film. Because I didn't do a review of it, I'm not going to go into a detailed review now, but the scope of the story, the cinematography, the score, the performances, the mythos, the storytelling, all fantastic. Really, really good film. I'm not big into Warhammer, but it's like Warhammer 40,000, if any of you know what that is, or if you don't, it's like a sci-fi epic, like little miniatures figures that you can paint, and it's a game. But the characters sort of look like that. Some of the human ones, there's aliens, there's big spaceships, there's a love story, there's witches, there's the lot. Okay, it's really, really good, and I was mightily impressed with that film, and I can't wait to watch it again, and I can't wait for the sequel, which will probably come out next Christmas time. So Dune, really, really good. In first place, and this may be due to recency bias, as it is the film I've seen most recently, but I would have to say The Kingsman. Really good film. Like I say, I know it's the one that I've seen most recently, but very impressed with it. Really recommend it, highly recommend it. Fantastic film, and a great instalment in that series. A couple of honourable mentions. Now, I would be remiss, not sure what the word is, but I do, but regardless, Spider-Man No Way Home, is that what it's called? The second one's called Homecoming. Spider-Man 3, anyway, the one with Tom Holland, is a brilliant film, especially if you like any of the other Spider-Man films. If you're into Marvel, if you just want to watch a good action film, comic book film, it's the one. it's made over $1 billion, I read the other day, which is a vast amount of money. Almost inconceivable. But then it probably cost about 600 million with marketing, which again is a huge sum of money. But really fantastic film, a massive crowd pleaser. I really enjoyed it, and it's a return to form for Marvel Studios in collaboration with Pascal Pictures. Really great stuff. And that final honourable mention that just missed out would be Last Night in Soho, the latest Edgar Wright film. It was either going to be Last Night in Soho or House of Gucci that came in third, and that's because both films, to me at least, are a real artistic vision of the director, and everyone buys into it. It's Last Night in Soho I'm talking about now is a one-off story, executed incredibly well. The performances in it are to a very high standard, again, as is the costume, as is the music. The reason it probably didn't make it over House of Gucci is because the ending, or the final act of the film, isn't as strong as the first 2/3, but it's really good, and I look forward to, it's the only film that I've seen twice, so it must be pretty good, you know. I saw it twice because I went with two different friends and they both Edgar Wright fans, so I watched it twice and I was happy to. I'd watch it a third time. If you get the chance, do watch it. Do watch all three of the films when they come out on streaming services or however they're going to come out. I recommend all three very highly. Of course, all five very highly. 5 films that I've discussed. And yeah, thank you for the support and the views. I plan to do more of these along with some more literary ones. So yeah, cheers, thank you to everyone. And the next one will be the top 3 worst films of the year. Again, just my opinion. I'll hopefully record that in the coming days. And yeah, cheers again for everyone and for all the kind comments. All the best.